Shalom, shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. I want to give a thanks to all of my subscribers. I believe I'm at 144 subscribers. I want to thank all of my subscribers, especially the 144th subscriber, as well as the 143rd and 142nd, and the 141st and 140th. My channel's growing. I appreciate all the subscribers. Feel free to hit the like button, share the video, leave a comment. Today, I want to go over a few things without going too far. On the screen is the cleaner. For men, you men who follow my channel, feel free to purchase this product, the cleaner. As it reads, the cleaner, the ultimate body detox, helps remove waste pounds that's in the gut, that's in your gut, right? Food particles that may not have fully digested. You can take this cleaner, and it will flush out your kidneys, your stomach, your prostate, your blood, lungs, toxins, colon, liver, skin. It's a dietary supplement. It does work. I've been using this product for the past, I don't know, it seems like about 8-9 years or something like that. What I do is, because it has the capsules, me personally, I'll bust the capsules open and twist them and separate the capsule, and then I'll put the cleaner in my smoothies, or I'll put it over my salad, or I'll put it in a hot tea and stir it around and then drink it like that. Okay, so this is a good product. All right. Okay, I have a couple of things to begin with. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get into the dollar crashing, right? Because the dollar is crashing. This past week, Vladimir Putin held a conference with the nations that are in allegiance to form the new currency under the BRICS. Okay, now I bought this newspaper, and without reading the whole thing, it just says very briefly. It says, more specifically, the U.S. may soon run out of creditors willing to buy its debt. China has sold hundreds of billions of U.S. treasuries in recent years, and foreign investors have become net sellers of U.S. debt. The commonly used term printing money actually means issuing debt, right? That's powerful, because it's easy to debunk the dollar bill. And I put up a video titled Money versus Wealth, all right? Or dollar bills, US dollar versus wealth, right? Something like that, right? If you haven't had a chance to look at my previous videos, go back and look at my previous videos, and it'll cover some of what I'm touching on. I've been following the de-dollarization for a few years now, and I posted up a video about the only thing backing up the dollar bill is an idea, all right? An idea like a pyramid scheme, okay? Anyway, this article reads, even without the U.S. incurring its massive debt, gradual de-dollarization is inevitable. The American share of the global economy is declining rapidly. All praises, okay? The dollar's crashing, all praises, okay? Now, lately it's been a lot taking place. America's crashing and the de-dollarization is occurring. It's on life support. And Bitcoin is the new thing, right? Purchasing items from another country is always a priority if America can't get their hands on inventory, right? So cut out the middleman, cut out Esau, cut out the so-called white man, cut out the so-called white race, and purchase directly from the manufacturers themselves. Most of this stuff is made in China, overseas. Do yourself a due diligence and go ahead and purchase things directly from who creates these things. Okay? Trying to do a video and I see somebody trying to pull up on me. I thought I was in the cut like a Band-Aid. Give me 1 minute. 1 minute. What's good, King? What you got going on, man?
Nah, shit. I go pick up my damn cousin, man.
Word.
Hell yeah, lost one of the homies from damn lung disease.
Damn, yo.
Right. That shit made me want to start smoking. I ain't had nothing but one cigarette today.
You better quit.
I swear I had but one cigarette today.
Leave that shit alone, man.
Same group, same age group, everything.
What, you ready to quit? Yeah, because you tied it to something you stressing over. Something, nigga. You ain't got your kids with you, something, nigga. It gotta be that. You just trying to act like it ain't that. You don't give a fuck about seeing your kids every day in, day out, morning, breakfast, evening, nigga. Damn, okay. You know that's bugging you subconsciously.
Yeah, it do.
Okay then, that's why you smoking.
It do. It bugged the fuck out
You can't tell me that don't bother you, nigga.
Baby girl.
Right.
I miss seeing my son.
Right.
Like this morning, I went and picked the ass up this morning. I did.
You picked up old girl?
No, I picked it. Yeah, baby girl.
Oh, you talking about the other new chick?
No.
Over here? Nah, man.
Nah, her daughter. I only picked her daughter.
You better stop that shit, bro. Taking care of that. Leave her alone and, man, you better, man, walk away from that shit, bro. See, I had an uncle that couldn't have children, man. You ain't got that problem, dog. I don't know what you thinking this is, man. Why you ain't no goddamn superhero, homie. You got your own children. I can see if you handle children. And you want to be the stepdad and play this, man, you better, man, leave it. I got children, bro. Look, man, that shit is problematic, dog. You need to worry about what come out your own nutsack, bro. For real, man. You don't want no nigga, you don't want your children calling no other man daddy, bro. If you do, then you a bitch ass nigga, dog. If you don't mind that, then you a bitch ass nigga, dog. Straight up. Especially when she can call you and you ain't dead, nigga, and you ain't in prison. So,
yeah,
okay then, so what are we doing?
I felt that same way too. I told her straight up, that's why I had to. That's why I told her straight up. I had to. I don't understand. Like, you a welder, bro. You supposed to have it. Come on, man.
You say a welder?
He welded.
Who you talking about? The baby daddy? Yeah, but if he ain't happy with her, then so what? You gotta worry about your own happiness, King. Damn.
I am happy when I'm around her. That's the crazy part.
That's cause you on that sucker shit, nigga.
I'm sucker for love ass nigga, bro.
Man, look.
I'm willing to admit it.
Man, you got it, man. Look,
Look, hey, I will say this. No bullshit. She know what the fuck she doing, man. She the type motherfucker that keep a motherfucker lingering around so she can use him how she want to use him. I ain't the nigga that keep lingering around. I've been out here goddamn. I've been swerving, my boy. I'm about to hit those Scotland neck right now.
Oh, that's where you going out there? Be careful out there.
Nah, I ain't got to worry about shit over there. Everybody know me over there too, besides the young ones. That's the only ones I'm worried about. The young ones out here on some rah-rah bullshit.
Right.
So, yeah. I'm on my pivot. Trust and believe. I'm on my pivot. Yeah, just patch you fucking
Which one?
the front one right there. Hell yeah.
It's going bald.
Man, I need a damn job. Still looking for a job too. I just talked to the dude that got my shit, put my shit on. He was like, "Yeah, I heard about you lost your job." And da 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 da. I said to myself, "God damn!" I said, "Anything happen with me in town, everybody know, bro. Everybody knows." It's like I didn't ask for that bullshit. It came my way.
Right.
It came my way.
Yeah, you know they're gonna be talking. But yeah, man. Yeah, I worry about my own, bro. Yeah.
Senior kid. You know I'm trying to reach out to?
Nope. They not worried about me, bro. They worried about their mamas, man, not me.
I think what it is he got the same complex what I had when I was young. I didn't like the fact that my grandma was doing shit behind my granddad's back.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to talk shit at a young age. My son got to the point he was talking shit about his mama doing the shit she was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And she got a dude in the house that's supposed to be helping her. And she was, and he must have said something out the way.
Right.
He not staying with her no more.
Right.
He was his grandma now. So while he been over there, every chance he get, he calling me.
Why don't you get them?
I ain't got no spot of my own right now. That's what my focus is on.
Yeah, because nobody care about you being a father. If you was abroad, they'd be like, you need to find somewhere to stay and you can go down to social services or something. One of these bras will be talking to you like you abroad. But nobody cares about you being a father. That's why I be talking to you about stop playing stepdaddy, because you need to worry about you. Just don't shit on another man's opportunity of being a father when nobody cares about you being a father. So if these women gonna let a man come in and assume to be a father of a child that ain't his, and then I'm going around telling men to worry about yourself because don't nobody care about you being a father, then how are you going to help a woman tear down another man from being a father when you wouldn't like if a woman did you like that and another man did you like that and got your kids calling him daddy? You wouldn't like it. So what is this captain save another man's child from what? They don't need to be saved. They got her and whoever she got. They don't need you to come around infringing on another man's fatherhood. We already got a problem with this. We don't need men showing up adding to the problem that we already have between the agencies and the females. And you not even loyal. So why are you showing up making it hard for another man to be a father on top of whatever she got going on with him? And don't nobody care about you being a father, bro. You ain't got nowhere to stay. So why are you contributing to another woman's household? Ain't no woman about to call you up and say, let's make sure you get a place to stay so the kids can come stay with you. Nobody give a fuck about you, bro. So why we making it hard for another brother to be a father just because these women don't care about you being one, bro? They don't care about you being one, and they don't care about their baby daddy being one. So if you mess around and have a baby by her, you already know what's gonna happen, dude. See, now you gonna be ready to kill something. See? And you're gonna be in prison fucking with these bras. But you're not even loyal. So what are you doing? You just be doing that shit to get in the draws or something. Yes. You're not even loyal.
Nigga.
Damn.
Yeah.
Come on, man. It's not worth it, bro.
They said all pussy ain't good pussy, but that's some good pussy. Yep. Yeah.
Man, you gotta be careful because she.
Huh?
If she dealing with another dude, he can have 5 other partners and she can have 3. You can have 3. Now that's like 8 people having sex with each other without even knowing it. And y'all exchanging body fluids. You're gonna call a meeting in a minute. You're gonna call a huddle in a minute when somebody catch something.
You know what? You got time for your shit.
You gotta call a meeting. Hey,
Your ass is crazy.
calling all these partners we've been fucking. Yeah, that shit real. Somebody not playing by the rules or something. See.
Right. Let me get over here.
Holler at me when you come back from Scotland, King.
All right.
All right, King. Be safe, man. Call me if you need me for real, man. Be safe. All right, King.
You know it.
All right. All right. Shalom. That was one of the brothers that showed up. Made for some good commentary. But for the most part, that brother he's a simp. But even simps are not loyal to these females that they pander to. You know what I'm saying? So, I forget what I was talking about before the brother showed up. But you brothers, get you some of this cleaner product to detox. You can't detox with this cleaner and subscribe to the unclean habits like smoking and eating pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, right? I wouldn't even suggest you eat ground beef. I don't even eat ground beef, but I don't eat beef, right? So I can't say that I do eat beef, but I don't eat beef like regularly. I haven't had beef in like, shoot, man, it's going on like 7 months, 8 months for some beef. But I enjoy beef ribs. So, okay, I was talking about the dollar bill, all right? So the de-dollarization is happening right now. The so-called black race is entertaining at this point. The destruction and the downfall of the so-called black race is not even, I would say it's not even funny, but I find myself laughing at the downfall of so-called blacks. You know, like during police stops on these, on social media, you got these ignorant so-called blacks being arrested for shoplifting, traffic violations, all types of folly. And then you have the destruction of the, the relationship. You know, we got the simps, we got the unlawful women, right? And just like I told the brother, man, that just pulled off, stop being a simp just to get, you got men out here pandering to a woman and her child just to have some sex. And like I told that brother, we already have it hard enough with the agencies and the so-called unlawful, the so-called black woman that's unlawful, sabotaging sabotaging fatherhood. And then here you have the simps adding to the complications, right? Adding to the complications that fathers already have with their children. Me personally, I'm tired of seeing the children with the women. I'm tired of seeing the children with the women. I don't know how it is wherever you are, whoever's listening, but I know over here where I'm at and where I be at, too many females have these children. I mean, the grandmothers got the children, newborn children. Where the fuck is the fathers? Why do these women continue to hold these children hostage from the fathers? I tell the men to avoid these Western women and their values. The Western women is trash. The values of the Western society is trash. Okay? And I have a few snippets in this slideshow that I'm gonna get to that kind of share my thoughts on some of this stuff. So let me play this slideshow right quick because I got caught up with the brother. So get you some of this cleaner, brothers. detox, live a healthy life, keep the laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of your abilities. Here we go.
Who can correct black women? Only a very narrow window of people can correct black women. You gotta be 1995 brown skin, under 35 or look like it. Can't be broke, but you can't be too rich because then you're unrelatable. You can't talk like a white woman. No woman of any other race can tell you anything. The men sure as hell cannot tell you anything. The men sure as hell cannot.
Okay, I wanna pause it right there for a second because the destruction of the black family, the destruction of the black family occurred with the so-called black man and woman. The laws, statutes, and commandments of the Bible is the handbook that we, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians must use to correct our ways, which all of us are not going to do. So I want to get into this real quick. This is Romans 9. And 7. It says, no, I'm gonna start at 6. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Because the carnal mind is enmity against God, for it is not subject to the law of God, neither indeed can be. Okay, so a carnal mind is not subject to the law, right? Which means a carnal-minded individual does not live by the laws of heaven or the laws of Yahweh, the laws of God, right? So I will be wasting my time trying to correct an unlawful woman or man with the laws of God if that individual refuses to subscribe to the laws of God, because you have a lot of unlawful so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians who say the laws of God don't pertain to them because they're not trying to keep the laws of God, and they're living a carnal lifestyle. All right, so it says 8, so they that are in the flesh cannot please God. Okay, cannot please God. So a lot of the content that I use is based on unlawful women and men because they are examples of what not to be like. Same thing with the Edomites, the so-called whites. They are the wicked. Someone has to be the wicked in order for the righteous to have examples. Okay, somebody has to be the wicked so that we can use the unlawful actions of the unbelievers and the converts to explain what not to be like, right? So it says 9, but ye are not in the flesh, but in the spirit, if so be that the Spirit of God dwell in you. Now, if any man have not the Spirit of Christ, he is none of his. Okay, so my people are those who keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Those who don't keep the law, statutes, and commandments are my people, but are not my brothers and my sisters. They're not all kinfolk. All skin folk ain't kinfolk, right? So that's pretty much what I mean. All of Israel are not Israel. Okay? And there's a larger group of our people who refuse to keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Bible because they're converts, okay? Or they're unlawful, or they're just simply unbelievers, right? So you heard what this wicked mop top black, so-called black woman said. Okay, men cannot correct women. All right, in the so-called black community, and this is part of the problem. All right, so I'm gonna let her finish. Look.
Tell you anything. Unbelievers are witches and warlocks can't be trusted. They're the devil.
Wait, let me interrupt.
Hey, and shout out to Death Row. All right, Death Row. I forget his channel, but Death Row. Shout outs to Death Row. If you haven't subscribed to Death Row's channel, I can use some of his content to support what I'm talking about. So I want to just say fair use and shout out to Death Row. His channel is amazing, and pretty much the so-called black woman in 2024, she's up for examination. It's her turn to be put on a hot seat and to be completely examined, no matter how long it takes. Let me put this in airplane mode. No matter how long it takes to expose her and her inability to hold herself accountable, and to accept correction. Okay, no matter how long it takes, she's up for examination. All right. So let's continue.
Make up nothing. You must hate men, but also have a loving and adoring husband, and only be from the nation of their origin. If you have ever said anything politically incorrect, if you've done anything wrong in your life, you're automatically disqualified. And so who does that leave? Jesus. Only God can judge. This is the same God that is trying to restore their marriages that should have never happened in the first place. Same Jesus who wouldn't want them to go down to the clinic. Never mind how they got pregnant in the first place with fornication and adultery. He don't say nothing about that. And you learn real quick that the average black woman, she doesn't want correction. She sees nothing wrong with the way things are going in her personal life or even as a community. And here we are.
Okay, so let me pause that for a second. Puts me in a space where, you know, the Western woman, she's low class, no class, and on my channel, I suggest that these Western men save themselves from the Western woman. Okay? Everything boils down to the dollar with the woman. And the only reason that these lifestyles and these ideas of these Western women thrive is because the men are sponsoring these ideas. Any idea that these so-called Western women come up with will not take off if it wasn't for the men sponsoring these ideas of these Western women. So first thing is first, the Western men needs to save themselves from the Western woman. Do not marry her. Do not impregnate her. Do not cater to her lifestyles and her ideas. Save yourself from this Western woman. She's diabolical. She'll do everything in the power of the courts and the state to ruin you and to destroy your chance of having a family or destroy your chance of you being a father. Okay? Too many of these Western men who are financially stable and mentally fit to be a father still do not find themselves with their own children. The norm has to be shattered, all right? It's almost like talking in the future, speaking from the future to the past. But the way things are normal today need to be re-examined and destroyed and restructured by the men, okay? Now, Romans 9 and 10. And if Christ be in you, the body is dead because of sin, but the spirit is life because of righteousness. But if the spirit of him that raised up Yahweh Shai from the dead dwell in you, he that raised up Christ from the dead shall also quicken your mortal bodies by his spirit that dwelleth in you. Okay, now, so-called blacks love to make excuses for their own actions. They'll blame society, they'll blame the apartment building, they'll blame the traffic lights, they'll blame the governor, they'll blame the mayor, they'll blame anybody or anything except the values of their mothers, okay, the structure of the households, okay, the leadership that don't exist coming from the men, and the restructuring of the so-called woman, okay? This is why there is no solution that works for the reconciling or the reconciliation of the so-called black family, black marriage, black household, okay? These solutions are always rejected by the women. So this is why I say, listen, it creates another headspace. To me, it goes like this. The attitude of the Western man should say, a black woman's business is her business. So what that means is you got to stay like 55 below on this Western woman. You see her broken down on the side of the road, keep on going. You see this woman being in a situation where she needs to de-escalate or avoid violence, and she finds herself being taken advantage of or overpowered, or however it goes, finding herself in some chaotic situation, keep on going, man. Avoid these women, because women want men to stay out their business anyway. So, hey, if you over there struggling, that's your business, black woman. That's your business, so-called black, Latino, Native American, Western, unlawful woman. And you got the simps that are entertaining these unlawful Western women. And we already have this downfall and breakdown within the relationships with the fathers of these children. Shoot, my brother last week just said, to hell with them children, man. This brother that just pulled up and pulled off, he don't even have a place to stay for himself, but he'll show up with a woman that has a child from another brother, and he'll play stepdad just to have sex with his woman, which also creates more chaos and dysfunction with the biological father of the child, because he's supporting the single motherhood, right? And simps are funny, because simps are not even loyal. They do all that simping and pandering to this Western woman, and the simp is not even loyal. So now the so-called black man in the West, not only does he have the agencies and white supremacy that destroys his fatherhood, and then he has a so-called black women that destroy their fatherhood. Now you have the simps that are also a part of the problem, because they support the downfall and destruction of the so-called black fatherhood. So how is this brother going to be a father when he's an agent of destruction, going around being a simp just to have some sex with an unlawful woman? Okay? So this is how pathetic the so-called black community is. And women are the reason why these children don't have a relationship with their fathers. This brother just said his child lives with the grandmother instead of living with him. Nobody supports the men in having a place to stay. But like I told him, if he was a female, oh man, you have all type of other females sharing information about where to go for housing and where to go for vouchers and where to go for all types of assistance. You know, click on this link, go to this .org. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I highly encourage the Western man to save himself from the Western woman. All right? You want a family? Leave America. You want to be a husband? Leave America. You want to have intercourse? Leave America. Okay, there is no saving or correcting the so-called black community. The so-called black community is full of excuses. It's full of low class, no class women and children. And the men. Whatever men dwell in these so-called black communities, they're pathetic as well too. Because they don't have they don't call no shots. Okay? So you heard the relationship between a so-called black woman and a so-called black man on that video, that little snippet. Black women do not listen to black men especially. So this is why I say the black men need to focus on themselves. You know what I'm saying? Focus on another brother that's trying to be a father. Help that brother, you know what I'm saying, with what he going through so he can get through it. You know what I'm saying? The brothers got to support each other, man. The brotherhood got to stick together because the sisterhood is fake and phony and destructive towards the the so-called black family and the so-called black fatherhood and the so-called black man's authority and his position of power, right? I'm all about that position of power, man. So shout out to, like I said, shout out to Death Row. All right, we're going to get into another snippet real quick before I finish up with Romans.
During slavery or after slavery,
That's
the black
just the
man
truth.
has never been recorded to have just one woman.
Right. Well, I think there's some actual facts we can look at on that. Monogamy has failed for the white man in America.
But this is like saying it's okay.
It's not me saying it's okay. This is how they're living. I'm giving you the history of what their life is. Black men haven't been waiting on me to tell them it's all right to have more than one woman. Neither have white men. You know, this is just what they do. I'm not talking about fornication and adultery. I'm not talking about one-night stands and running around rampant with other women. That's not the kinds of, when I say more than one woman relationship. I mean that before we came to America, our men had more than one wife and family. And we were satisfied with it because we had not met the monogamy idea. We had not met the American white woman who, you know, insists on certain kinds of values in her man. We had not learned envy and jealousy. All right, after coming here, those kinds of ideas were bred into us because of society.
Okay, so you Western men, again, man, I think I said this in one of my previous videos. I'm not sure which one exactly, but monogamy is the problem. Monogamy is the problem in the West. White Jesus is the problem. White Jesus ain't never did shit for nobody over here. If white Jesus was serious, if he was a real person, then why are things the way they are and not better? Why aren't the conditions repaired and fixed? So this white Jesus is a deity, a false god, and it's all about superstition with that. But as far as polygyny goes, yeah, monogamy has been the problem. Monogamy has been the problem. I think I saw a skit with Charleston White was talking about the problem with the black relation, the so-called black relationship, is that the so-called black woman, she wants the so-called black man to be with just her. And the so-called black woman in the West, she's not good enough. Okay? While she's focused on monetary things, right? While she's focused on monetary things, right? So it's like, yeah, men are miserable with one woman. I've never been with just one woman. I've never had just one woman. My father and my father and my grandfathers on both sides never had just one woman. All right? One woman was never the thing, man. My uncles didn't have just one woman. Right? So monogamy has always been like a deal breaker. A lot of these men, again, if that's what a man desires, one woman, then hey, more power to him. But what I'm saying is, when we start accusing each other of all of these false allegations, like cheating and stuff like that, when there's no such thing as cheating, it's just adultery, then that's this Western idea of being with one woman. That's when this thing has come back around. All right? Salakia is roll my window up a little bit. A lot of noise going on around here. So hopefully they shut that alarm off in a minute. But yeah, you know what I mean? So monogamy has always been a problem in the West. We got the de-dollarization. We got the BRICS currency. We got the so-called blacks, the converts, the unbelievers, the unlawful so-called blacks, Latinos and Native Indians murdering each other at a high rate. All right, murdering each other. All right, at a high rate, especially in Chicago, and all these other murder capitals and stuff like that. So there's a lot going on, of course, but the only thing that's taking place is the downfall of America. So all praises to the Most High for the downfall of America. Okay, we got the downfall of America happening day in, day out, which is a blessing. Okay, so you know, I wanted to touch on this because this is what's currently taking place. A lot of men got to step up and provide for themselves. Stop being suckers and fools for these Western women. Most of them are unlawful, man. All right? They got a lot of STDs, the so-called black women, and the so-called black men, they're going around sharing these women, man, with other men. All right? Going around sharing these women with other men, and they think it's a game. The men and women think it's a game. They only playing with themselves. But it's an unlawful game that they're playing over here in the West. We too worried about fornication instead of worried about restructuring the values for self. I'm not waiting on all blacks, all so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians to do what they're supposed to do according to God. I'm going to do what all of us are supposed to do, but I'm going to do it for myself, right? And like I said, it puts you in a different, it puts me in a different headspace when it's like, okay, there's nothing wrong with these so-called black women. The only thing that's wrong with them is that they fear the standards and the requirements and the prerequisites of the Most High. And they fear trying to live up to those expectations and laws, statutes and commandments that are required for them to keep. They fear failing. And I believe they fear succeeding as well. So here's this narrative like, oh, he cheated and, you know, hey man, you brothers better empower yourselves and start focusing on yourself and save yourself from this Western woman and empower yourself and make sure you have your affairs in order as far as your self go. A lot of these men are focused on the wrong thing. You focused on this female over here in the West when she don't give a damn about you. The Western woman does not give a damn about men. You men better focus on yourself, man, and start you a conglomerate with some other brothers that want to get wealthy, man, and stop worrying about this Western woman, because she does not give a damn about you. You brothers are just being like carnal. You brothers in the West are being carnal dealing with this Western woman because she's carnal. She's not being spiritual at all. She's not being lawful at all. I'm talking about a large group of these Western women, the majority of them. Okay, so let me get to this next clip.
On that onion recall in McDonald's Quarter Pounder, troubles ahead. The lawsuit's now filed as other restaurants take action to change their menus.
Then a wet start to our weekend, but clouds are moving out. We're tracking what's next in your First Alert weather.
We begin with a developing story. Rapper Lil Durk is charged in a murder-for-hire plot.
Lil Durk's real name is Dirk Banks. He is from Chicago. His arrest in Florida last night comes hours after 5 people associated with his music business were also charged in this case. The plot targeted the cousin of another rapper, Quando Rondo, who was killed in 2022. Investigators believe that this was retaliation for the earlier murder of Chicago rapper King Von. Just last week, 2 western suburbs honored Lil Durk with keys to their cities. The mayors of Bellwood and Broadview honored Lil Durk with a symbolic key to the city. Both villages also announced a partnership with the rapper's foundation. Now, since Lil Durk's arrest, at least one mayor is backtracking.
Okay, and that's the end of the slideshow, right? That's the end of the slideshow, but I still wanted to give my commentary. Like I said, this video was just to touch on a few things, but you know, if the so-called black family is destroyed, then let it be destroyed, because it's already destroyed. There is no fixing and correcting this Western woman, and there's no building a black, so-called black community with the men in the households. That's not about to happen. So men have to focus on themselves. You know, enough with the pandering and sponsoring, you know, experiences with these women, because it's nothing but low-class prostitution, man. Low-class prostitution. This is Romans 9 and 12. It says, "Therefore, brethren, we are debtors not to the flesh, to live after the flesh." So we don't have to live after the flesh, okay? It says, "For if ye live after the flesh, ye shall die. But if ye live through the Spirit, do mortify the deeds of the body, ye shall live. For as many are led by the Spirit of God, they are the sons of God. For ye have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear." And again, like, monogamy is like bondage. Monogamy is like slavery. You know what I'm saying? Monogamy is like slavery. Waking up day in, day out over here behind enemy lines in America, that's like bondage. So take a good look around and start focusing on the more important things, like yourself. I'm way more important than an unlawful woman. I'm worried about myself and worried about redeeming myself or being redeemed by the Most High. Okay? So again, let's finish up with this Romans 9. This is Romans 9 and Salakia. This is Romans 9 and 14. "For as many as are led by the Spirit of God, they are also sons of God. For ye have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear, but ye have received the spirit of adoption, whereby we cry, Abba, Father. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of God. And if children, then heirs, heirs of God, and joint heirs with Christ, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. For the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of God. That's right. It says, for the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of God. 20. For the creature was made subject to the vanities, not willingly, but by reason of him who have subjected the same in hope. For 21, because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of God. 22, for we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now. 23, and not only they, but ourselves also, which have the first fruits of the Spirit, even we ourselves groan within ourselves, waiting for the adoption, okay? Waiting for the adoption, to wit, the redemption of our body. So again, desiring to be redeemed by the Creator is the goal to strive for. Redemption, okay? Redemption. 24, for we are saved by hope, but hope that is seen is not hope. For what a man seeth, why doth he yet hope for? But if we hope for that we see not, then do we with patience wait for it. Likewise, the Spirit also helpeth our infirmities. For we know not what we should pray for as we ought, but the Spirit itself maketh intercession for us with groanings which cannot be uttered. Okay, 27, and he that searcheth the hearts knoweth what is the mind of the Spirit, because he maketh intercession for the saints according to the will of God. 28, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are the called according to his purpose. Okay, that's the elect. For whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his Son, that he might be the firstborn amongst many brethren. So hopefully I'm one of those that are going to be a part of the first fruit, which is the elect, a part of the elect. Okay, the elect are far outnumbered by the unlawful unbelievers, the converts. Okay, the converts. The religious conversion has put a major. I think the religion has knocked the feet from underneath so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, and now they're just walking around as full-blown converts. And the separation has already taken place as far as the converts separating themselves from their heritage, and then they have converted to these falsehoods, false gods, false religions, or falsehoods, and the values of the so-called black woman and the so-called black man comes from the ideas of white supremacy. So I just think it's just something to touch on. Again, over here on my channel, I suggest that the men save themselves from the Western woman. All right. I want to say shalom to all of my subscribers. Again, I hope that all of my subscribers are safe and in high health. I hope that you are taking the proper precautions against these agendas that are waged against us here behind enemy lines, aka America. Okay? I'm gonna end it on this. Romans chapter 9 and verse 30. It says, moreover, whom he did predestinate, them he also called, and whom he called, them he also justified, and whom he justified, them he also glorified. Okay, so you got the so-called black woman in the snippet that's saying that a man can't correct the behavior of the so-called black woman, and this is why I'm in a totally different headspace when it comes to my thoughts about the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indian families, marriage, household, relationship. It puts me in a different headspace. So what I say is, congratulations to the so-called black woman as far as separating herself from the so-called black man and encompassing a man and destroying the fatherhood and the marriage and the converting and being a part of falsehoods and having lost values. So she's successfully achieved conversion. All right, the Western woman is, to me, I say she's trash because she has lost values. Okay, she refuses to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. She refuses to go back to her ancient value system where she wasn't destroying her family because of polygyny, right? It's always, oh, he cheated, he wasn't loyal. The Western black woman, the unlawful woman, is not loyal. She's not loyal. So she goes around, talks about that she goes around keeping this gender war going between herself and the Western male. But she won't stop having sex with the Western male. So when it comes to the values and his leadership, she totally ignores him. The best way for you Western men to deal with and to separate yourselves from the Western woman is to act like her. Act like her. You're going to notice that the Western woman has zero tolerance for what she's going to put up with from a so-called from a Western man, but then she has plenty of excuses for when she does it. All right? So unless you Western men are simps, perverts, cornballs, panders, jesters, all right, West Haven, right, then that's the only way you're going to be able to really entertain yourself with this Western woman. All right? You brothers who do that, who pander to this Western woman, you're a simp and you're a pervert. All right? You got to admit to yourself that you're a pervert and a simp. All right? And that you're a sucker and a lame for subjecting yourself to the idea of the Western woman. All right? These women these women have places to stay. These women have more children than the men. That's why I be like, yo, how many children do these Western women have? Because by now they should have wiped themselves out. They kill each other all the time, and they go to jail all the time. How many children do these Western women have? They have way more children than the so-called black, Latino, Native American men. And the few children that the men do have, I don't care if it's 12, but the average man don't have 12 children. I would say the average man probably got 2 children. The average man probably got 2 children. That's probably the average. 2 to 3 children is probably the average after you do the math, the average, right? So, again, you brothers, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indian men, because that's all I'm worried about. I'm not worried about the Asian. I'm not worried about definitely ain't worried about the white. Definitely ain't worried about the African. Definitely ain't worried about these Chinese and these Asians. I ain't worried about none of them. I'm not worried about none of them. My thing is this. If the black woman, the so-called Western woman, all she want is for the so-called men to mind their business, then again, when these women start begging and dry begging and reaching out for sympathy and help, they better go to Jesus. They better go to their mamas. They better go to the grave site. They better pray to their preacher. They better go to the church. They better call one of these 1-800 numbers at social services. They have overwhelmingly support over here in the West. The last support that they'll ever need is from a man, because they've already walked away from the leadership of the men. You men don't have no leadership. Y'all can't call no shots over here with this Western woman. She's on her own. She's operating at her own speed, okay? She don't need your consent, your permission to do anything with your child. And this is why I be educating you brothers to focus on your priorities. All right? Get you a trust. All right? Take care of your business without this woman, and stop being, stop entertaining and sponsoring these lifestyles that these women decide to live. But yeah, get yourself some cleaner, detox. All right, don't do both. Don't have a smoothie and a pork chop. Don't have a healthy mindset, but a unhealthy and an unclean diet or eating habits, right? Get yourself some selenium, some iron. I'm going to go in on that on another video, but I wanted to put this out there real quick. Shalom to all of my subscribers. Hit the like button if you can. Share the video. Save yourself from the Western woman. Avoid marriage. Avoid having children. Avoid having sex with this Western woman.